The view surrounding the Bermuda Triangle is spectacular due to its geographical location. If you can get out alive, it may be one of the most fantastic tourist attractions ever. The enigmatic Devil's Triangle is located just off the southeastern coast of the United States in the Atlantic Ocean between Bermuda, Puerto Rico, and Florida. It's more commonly known as the Bermuda Triangle. More than 50 ships and 20 planes have inexplicably vanished over the years. But why? What is so mysterious about the island? In this video, we will discuss the latest facts about the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Before we get on with the video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to never miss a video from us. Now, without any further ado, let's begin. One of the facts is the presence of methane gas. This gas is colorless, odorless, and highly combustible, and it's one of the primary components of natural gas, which we all use to create energy and heat our homes worldwide. However, it's also in the Bermuda Triangle. Scientists have detected enormous volumes of methane gas trapped on the ocean floor due to rotting marine creatures. Methane ice gets formed when methane accumulates. When a pocket ruptures, the gas shoots up to the surface with little warning or notice to those sailing above. The ship may sink if it's near the blowout because the water will lose its density. There's currently no evidence that this is the cause of any of the missing ships reported in the Bermuda Triangle. After all, how would we ever know? Not only that, it points to true north. Only a few sites on the planet will ever point to the true north. What is true north exactly? The direction that leads directly to the geographic North Pole is known as true north. Because there are few markings and no clear landmarks in the middle of the ocean, ships and other vessels get forced to rely on their compasses to keep on course when GPS and other high-tech systems fail. When a compass aligns with the magnetic field of the Earth, it generally points to the magnetic north. Because of changes in the magnetic core of the Earth, the magnetic north can move, which operators and sailors are aware of. When operators and sailors pass across a strange triangle, it poses a huge problem. They suddenly notice that their compass has stopped working because it points true north rather than magnetic north. It causes significant confusion among sailors at sea. That's not all. There we have the deepest point on Earth. As a result, we frequently discuss how eager we are to continue exploring space and our cosmos. But the most amusing thing is that we have barely scratched the surface and are currently investigating the ocean below the surface. The Bermuda Triangle is one of those sites. As a result, the Bermuda Triangle is home to one of the deepest locations in the world. The morphology of the seabed under the surface changes from a gently sloping from the continental shelf to a drop of a few hundred feet to another plunge of who knows how many thousand feet. Many of the disappearances recorded in the Bermuda Triangle may have explanation buried at the bottom of these deep holes. Until we start investigating our seas as thoroughly as we do space, whatever is under the surface will remain in the dark. In addition to that, rogue waves are also there. Storms may arrive from any direction due to the location of the Bermuda Triangle in the Atlantic Ocean. They might come from Mexico, the equator, or the east side of the Atlantic. Storms produce massive waves that exceed 30 feet or 10 meters high. What happens if they all happen to show up at the same time? These rogue waves can grow up to 100 feet or 30 meters high. Engineers from the University of Southampton created scale replicas of several ships and used a wave tank to mimic their rogue waves. What went wrong? These engineers realized that the ships were capable of sinking. The larger the ship is, the easier it may sink, because large ships are constructed to get supported in the front by the top of a wave while getting supported in the back by another. When hit by a rogue wave though, those base ships get split in half. Smaller ones can sometimes make it if they reach the wave bow early enough. However, they will most likely be entirely absorbed. After that, the Gigantic Squid, a once famous mythological monster, has now been shown to exist there. Some people have claimed to have seen a big octopus or octopi in the Bermuda Triangle, among other weird happenings and objects. As of right now, these animals do not exist. The enormous squid is not a genuine creature. It was allegedly recorded on video by two Japanese scientists. Two Japanese scientists discovered an enormous squid attacking baited lines in 2005. These species aren't normally seen in this part of the ocean. However, the footage contradicts this. This massive squid may grow to be 150 long. Given the aggressive temperament and size of this creature, it's no surprise that some suspect them of being responsible for some of the missing spacecraft. Well, this is not the end. Electronic fog is also present. So far, the many distress calls purporting to emanate from an electronic fog have been dismissed as supernatural, and the accounts and happenings that have been dismissed. However, there are tales from the genuine pilots who have experienced similar bizarre occurrences. It is completely insane. In 1970, while flying with his father in a classic Bonanza plane about 3 miles off the coast of Andros Island, an elliptical-shaped cloud formed in front of him, according to veteran pilot Bruce Jordan. This weird fog overtook the father and son before they could flee the route. Around them, it seemed like they were in a tunnel. They described seeing lines and the tunnel spiraling counterclockwise. It was pulling them forward in a cloud of 10,000 feet. They began to feel the effects of zero gravity after that. Their entire navigational system began to fail. This electronic spiraling fog tunnel thankfully disappeared. They were flying directly over Miami Beach and could pick up radar once more. Then there was the fact that they covered 100 miles in 30 minutes less than normal. Similar anecdotes about governance have also got published, but without any solid explanations of how and why. Some believe it has something to do with the Hutchison effects. However, the electronic log remains a mystery for the time being. Now it's time to investigate the ships that have vanished. Over the years, more than 50 ships have gone missing in the Bermuda Triangle. The USS Cyclops, one of the largest fuel ships in the Navy, is one of the most critical. It got reported lost in March 1980. With 309 crew members on board, the ship was hauling 10,800 tons of manganese ore. During his journey from Brazil to Baltimore, the ship only sent one telegram. While at sea, it reported no problems at all. The ship then headed for the Bermuda Triangle. The ship never arrived at its intended location. Not only was the spacecraft never discovered, but neither were any debris or crew members. No distress signal was received anywhere. Every single board and everyone on board one of the Navy's largest ships vanished in an instant with no explanation. That is terrifying. Not just ships, but also planes have gone missing. In recent years, over 20 aircraft similar to ships have gone missing. Some of these reports are also quite recent. One of the most recent was in May of last year. A little twin-engine plane vanished without a trace. Similar to the USS Cyclops, people on board began their journey without any problems. There have been no distress calls or anything unusual reported. However, there was no wreckage crew or any evidence of an explanation. There have also been reports of UFO sightings adding to the mystery. If you've been following any of the recent extraterrestrial news, you'll know that there have been several sightings around North America in recent years. One of them will take place on April 28, 2020. Not just anyone but the United States Air Force has confirmed it. Many personnel of the United States Air Force have lately come up with an increasing number of sightings, some of which date back to the 1970s, right above the Bermuda Triangles. Finally, the strangest truth discovered in Bermuda is the existence of phantom ships. The iconic Ellen Austin ship encountered a ghost ship in the Bermuda Triangle region in 1881. The Ellen Austin's crew discovered the ship fully supplied with no staff on board or anywhere to be seen. Part of the Ellen Austin crew saw a chance for a free ship with supplies and took it over. They planned to sail the ships back together. A sudden storm sprang out of nowhere and completely engulfed the two ships. Both ships emerged from the fog the next day when the storm had passed. Its crews, meanwhile, were nowhere to be seen. According to the conspiracy theory, Ellen Austin's crew and captain boarded the ship once again. They were suddenly engulfed by a weird fog. The phantom ship, along with everything and everyone else, vanished once the fog lifted. Isn't that strange and creepy? What do you think? Tell us in the comments below. With that, it wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your curious friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more such exciting content. See you in the next video.